Hello? And I don't know if I'm live. Hold on. I'm not sure if I'm live. Ah, I am live. Good, good, good. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Can you hear me? Yes or no? And I really wish this light was somewhere else because it looks really bad when I'm standing under it, but it is what it is. Hi, Melanie. Can you hear me? Because I have my stuff on mute, so I don't want to cause an echo around the room. Can you hear me or no? That's all I need to. Okay, whew, good. I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. Okay, good. At least you can hear me. So I'm a little late because the last time I did a live, I figured out how to hook up my phone so that you can watch embroidery. So if you haven't been here for that, this is the other camera angle. There. So you'll be able to see all the stitching going on. However, so this is through a system called OBS. And I was able to figure out how to get it to work with my phone so you can watch the stitching. The only problem is um I I can't get it to communicate with YouTube. So when I can't get it to communicate, I have to go in and redo everything completely. So that's why I was late. Sorry. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, Leslie. How are you? How is everyone today? So I've been gone on a little hiatus for a little bit, for about a month. Um, I know some of you know about it, and some of you don't. I I'll be brief about what it was about. Um, so I was put on a certain medication um back in June actually, and it went great for the first couple of months, and then they increased the medication. And that increase caused a severe amount of anxiety. I've never felt that crappy in my entire life. Um, Even my family was concerned for me. Let's just put it that way. I mean, they knew something was wrong, and we couldn't pinpoint why it was wrong or what it was coming from. So I visited the doctor a lot, and they reduced that medication back to where it was. I was good for about a week, maybe a little less, and then it all happened all over again. So, for about the last, not for the last week, but for about 3 weeks before that, I was like having nonstop panic attacks for like 3 weeks. Um, so, eventually they just said, cut the medication altogether. And literally within 24 hours, my anxiety was gone. Like 24 hours and it was gone. And I had also been dealing with like the worst headache of my life, thinking, there's an aneurysm or something going on. And that has subsided now too. So I'm hoping it was just that medication and I will never be going on it ever again. So that is the backstory on that. And I've been away from my business for about a month, which has killed me on the inside because I love my business and I love making things that other people love. Um, that's been awful to be away from something that you like to do and you have absolutely no idea if you'll ever come back to it. It's really scary because this is one of my therapies in a way because I get to make things that I like to make and all that. But anyway, enough of me jabbering on. How are you guys? Hi, Lee. Um, um, how are you guys? I'm feeling so much better. My family are like, "Oh my God, you're back to normal. Like you're back to who you are. Like a little bit nice, a little bit nicer. I was nice before, but I'm not in that constant state of like, oh my God, like where you cannot move. I mean, if you've ever had anxiety or panic attacks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like that just like looming fear of like something horrible is about to happen to you. But now I can actually breathe again and not feel panicky. Along with that going on, my whole family came down with getting sick. Um, my children, my husband. My husband's just now sort of getting out of it. We think he had bronchitis, but you know, the doctors won't say that, and they were like, "Oh, just take over the counter," and I'm like, if that's not helping, it's not helping. um, but anyway, so today, um, I've also been trying to put into practice a lot of trying to make things a little bit simpler for me, seeing as though I'm a one-man show. And I think that's one of my biggest thing hardest things for me is I'm a one-man show and I need to be in control of everything. So, um making items, interacting with customers, questions, concerns, emails, budgeting, all of everything is me. I mean, you look at these multi-million dollar companies. I'm not a multi-million dollar company, but you look at all these companies and they have tons of people working for them, right? They have an accountant, they or multiple accountants. They have this, they have that. They have someone for every job in the business. So that I mean, let's be real. The people way up on top don't have to do a whole lot except get their paychecks, right? Um, but I'm the one man, one woman show. So everything's on me. So if I can make little areas a little more efficient, I need to do that. So I'm letting you all know that the previous see-through bag will no longer be available. I am sorry. So I don't even have the large size available, but this previous see-through bag, this is the one size smaller than the large. This will no longer be available um because it's way more time I love how it looks. Like I love the extra fabric around the edge and on the back. I love how it looks. Just the the creation process takes way longer. I wish I had a better light. I'm sorry guys. Like I need it somewhere else. Not right there. But um oh now it's going to shake. Stay still. The creation process of this takes way too long. Um and it's so many steps. So if you guys look at this, so this is its own piece of fabric. This is its own piece of fabric. This is its own. This is its own. Then on the inside, it does the same thing. So the red down here, So that's 8 pieces of fabric, along with 1 or 2 pieces of vinyl on the front, depending on what you would have gotten. So that's 9 or 10. So 8, 9, 10. 9 or 10 pieces. And then on the back, there's 2 more pieces. This piece and then the inside piece. So that's 11 or 12 pieces that I have to cut. And then I also have to put this interfacing on. This stuff. That the cutting alone was a nightmare. But so the cutting alone was a nightmare just to get all the pieces together. So this will no longer be available as something that you can purchase. I'm really sorry. I love the way it looks. It was my first pick. When I found the file, I was like, "Oh, I want that." I just can't do it anymore. The time alone it takes, like, I know that for some my bags are kind of expensive, which I completely understand 100%. And I even do that too. When I'm creating something for customers, I always think in my head, well, no one's going to come to me because they can buy this on Amazon for $10. They can buy this on Amazon for $12. Like, they can buy this in a bulk amount for $15 and they can buy 20 bags. I understand that 100%. And you are more than welcome to purchase from Amazon. I would not be offended. I totally get it. I 100% get it. However, you also I just want you to remember that when somebody is creating something, they're literally putting hours into it. Like hours. Like something that is being mass produced, a million machines are making it and it takes, like, I don't know, 5 minutes to make it. This took me 2 hours or more just for this one bag. And if you were to think, oh, let's say minimum wage, $15 on that bag, that's $30. That's not even including all the supplies that go into it. So I just want you guys to remember, okay? Just not just for me, but like other people that you see their stuff. And believe me, I do the same thing. In my head, I'm like, well, I wouldn't pay that much for that. Like, I do that with other crafters and creators too. I think we all do that. But I would never say that to their face. I would never say, well, that's not worth it, or I'm not going to pay you that. I would never say that. I would appreciate the work that goes into it. I just know personally, I don't have a budget that can stretch that. We're a one income household. One income. So we have to be as frugal as we possibly can. So I'm just not to knock anyone. I'm just saying. Okay. So since this will no longer be available, is this even on? I feel like it's not even going. Are you guys still there? Like the chat isn't going anywhere. So I'm like, uh-oh. Did I lose you? Hold on. Let me make sure. Once in a while, if somebody can just say, we're still here, that would be great. Okay. So, since this bag will no longer be available, I am switching it out to this bag. Now, compare and contrast. So this bag, I feel like you guys can't see me. It's a little, and I got a frog in my throat, guys. Okay, so here, with this bag, there was just this small little window. This bag, the entire upper portion is see-through. This whole section. So, if you're putting stuff in here, if you're putting stuff in here, you can see everything. The only part you can't really see is like, what, that's an inch and a quarter. You can see it all. which I actually like this more because you can see it all. But that will be replacing this. Okay, now I do have to mention this is a little bit smaller than the larger version of this. Okay, so I'll give you measurements on it. Let me see if I have a ruler long enough. So this is roughly 10 and a half inches. So 10 and a half inches by the top of the zipper by 6.5 inches. So it's slightly smaller, but you still can fit so much stuff in here, guys. I mean, so trying to see if I can find things to fit in. So I just took a whole bunch of these drills and took them out. Okay. I mean, that's a lot of drills, and say I want to take my cutter with me and a pen and these giant pair of scissors. Like, I mean, it holds a lot. I'm still seeing like what can I fit in here. I need some tape and I need my tags and my little ruler and some more scissors. Let's add some more scissors into it. I mean, and I can still zip it up. Like, it's still a hefty bag. Okay, it's not I mean, you can fit a lot in it. So we have, what all did we fit in it? Whoop! I just dropped something. Okay. So we just put tape in there, a little ruler, another scissor, my trimmer, a giant pair of scissors. This thing is huge. This thing's 10 inches. Some drills, and a pen. That's a pretty hefty amount of stuff you can fit in that bag. So, yeah, I don't know. It could, maybe like for I don't know what size you need for an airplane bag. I don't know. The last time I was on an airplane was like in 2010 or something. I don't know. So I don't travel much. But now the only thing with this, I do want you all to be aware, is that this is, it's just the vinyl. Can you see that? So the vinyl butts up to my zipper. The vinyl butts up to my zipper and it stitches the vinyl. There's no fabric or anything at the top here. That's so you can see the zipper through the bag. Hopefully that's not a big deal for you guys. That was one of the reasons why I was like not going for this bag, was because I was like, oh, I don't know, will it withstand um will it withstand good usage and things like that? And I still have to like test drive it. But I mean, vinyl is pretty sturdy. It's pretty sturdy. And I'm not putting like 1,000,001 holes in it. If I put like a crap ton of holes, that's why I don't ever embroider vinyl. I don't embroider it like with a design, because you're punching 1,000,001 holes into it and you're weakening it. Here, they're just punching the holes it needs for it to be sewn. I did even think about putting a piece of fabric at the top of the vinyl and sewing it and then attaching it, but then that's another step, guys. That's another step, and I'm like, do I really want to get myself down that rabbit hole again? So, today I was thinking about trying this bag, but with a black zipper. because I think it might just go a little better. Let's see. I think it won't be so stark. I don't know. I was thinking about doing that today, but let me show you some of the fabrics. Now, you've seen the Christmas fabric. So this is a Christmas fabric I picked up. Let's do the back so you can see it. And it actually has some like gold glitter in it, which is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Like it's got this like really pretty gold. Oh, you can see it. See that gold right there? It's got gold in it, and it's just really pretty. And I matched it with this pretty red, this dark red color. So that's one of the Christmas fabrics I will be having available. Also, I haven't made a bag with this one yet because I kind of want to. So I always thought to myself, white or black will go with thing. However, when I wanted to make, this is one of my favorite fabrics that I picked up. It's like this really pretty medallion. Like it's a Christmas medallion and it's gorgeous. And I want to match it with this green. It's really super pretty. However, when I put a black or white zipper with it, now the black, it may go with the black. The black may go. The black may go because I think there's a touch of black in here, so maybe I can do it with just the black zipper. I was trying to think if I could get a red that would match or a green that would match. Because the white just looked too contrasty. I don't like the white. Maybe I can do the black. I try to stick to white or black because the person that I get these from has, so the company I get it from is Zip It on Etsy. She has like 65 colors. Wait, that's the larger ones. She has like 65 colors or more. I'd be broke. So, I mean, I would love to like match everything. It would look so pretty, right? Um, but when I can bulk buy white and black, I usually go with that. So maybe I could do it with black. What do you guys think about the black? Yeah, I mean, see, but so I try to go with colors that are present in the design, right? So there is a dot of white is in like the center of some of these right here, but it's not enough. Now there's a little bit more, either that's black or like super dark green. But I was thinking red, like a red zipper. Sorry, I moved the camera again. I was thinking like a red zipper, pretend this is a red zipper. The problem is I would have to I did contact the seller and say, "Hey, is there any way you can help me figure out what red would go good with this?" But if it's on a computer screen or an iPad or a cell phone, they're all going to be different and it's hard to color match. And she was like, "Well, you could order a sample pack of my 65 colors, or you could send me some fabric swatches and I can do it in person," which is a possibility. I can totally do that. It's just I'm kind of impatient and I want the stuff and I want it now so I can make things. So I mean, if we had something like a red, pretend this is a red zipper, right? Wouldn't that look good? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So, I mean, and I'm open to suggestions. Ecru, she said Ecru too. She was like, "Oh, you could do like an off blah blah blah." Um, but I would have to contact They don't really have, oh, they have an antique gold. So here's their antique gold. Not even in the frame. Oh my God. Guys, this light is annoying. So it's got this, oh my gosh. I'm gonna make you all sick. Ah, you can't see it. It's too far away. It's got an antique gold. I'm gonna make you all sick. Okay. I don't know what to do. And this kind of has some metallic in it too. It's not as prevalent as that. Like that one you can really see. This one, there's like little dots of gold in it. So I don't know. I'm one of those people that like, I want to make it now. I don't want to wait. So anyway, but that is my other Christmas option that I've got to figure out. So that's another Christmas option. Also, I have mermaids. So I got this mermaid fabric. I can show you the real one. Not the real one, but the larger version. Now, I do feel like this mermaid fabric is a touch too large for a bag because half of them you chop off one of their heads or a few of their heads. So, but I did pick up this fabric because this was the first time I ever found a mermaid fabric that didn't look kiddish or cutesy or cartoony, all that kind of stuff. So this was like the first time I found one that looked more adult and mature and elegant and that kind of thing. So I did pick up this mermaid fabric and the fabric that goes with it that would either be this outside piece or a liner. So remember, you can also get these bags as simple bags. These are simple bags. They just have two outside, two and a liner on the inside. So they have the outside and the liner, and this is $40. These are $40. Just the basic bag, no embellishment, nothing like that. Basic bag, $40. Okay? So the inside liner would be this like blue, it's almost like a denim, like a distressed denim kind of color. So it would be this on the inside of the bag, not just as an accent right here. So it would be mermaids and the brushed denim kind of look on the inside. And then this is the see-through version where it's vinyl, the mermaids, and then the brushed denim accent color. These bags are $45 just because of the vinyl and that kind of stuff, okay? So these are slightly larger than these. So this 45, this 40. Okay. I also have a couple of these that I made. Now, I'm also going to be trying out a different way to stitch them or put them together today. So my first test stitches were these two. This was the fabric only with interfacing put on one of the panels of cotton. So it was only put on one panel and one panel of the front accent color. Then I used a 12 gauge vinyl for the outer vinyl. And it's a little more flexible and like kind of suppley. It's not as sturdy. The second one I did, I interfaced all 4 pieces of cotton fabric and I used a 16 gauge vinyl. So it's a lot more sturdy. It's sturdier and it's heftier. The only problem is it really kills my hands when I'm flipping it inside out because it's so it's so stiff and you're like trying to like pry out the corners and things like that. So I figured today I'm going to do an in-between. So this was 16 gauge vinyl. This was 12 gauge vinyl. Today I'm going to use 16 gauge again, but I'm only going to line one of these pieces of cotton and one of these pieces of cotton. And I'm going to see how that goes. So I'll have an example of like the lightest weight, the heaviest weight, and hopefully that'll be a nice medium range, and maybe that'll be a good in between, because I want to try it all out so I can see which ones I prefer, if that makes sense. So that going forward, everyone will get the exact same thing. So the only one that was the more flexible one is in this fabric. So all the rest were done with the really heavy duty. And maybe in the future, if I like the way that the new bag comes out today, I'll just go with that. Okay, so I also have Care Bears. I know that there's a Regathon. I don't know how to pronounce it. But coming up next year, and this was not purchased for that. I didn't even know about it before I purchased this fabric, but I had seen it. I'd heard Ditzy say how much she liked Care Bears. I heard Carrie say how much she liked Care Bears. I've heard a lot of people say they like Care Bears. So I saw this and I purchased it. But this is what this one looks like completely see-through. So you have your Care Bears on the inside, your Care Bears on the outside, and then your accent of pink along the front. Remember, they can be made into this bag as well. Just all of this would be Care Bears, and on the inside would be the pink accent. Okay? So Care Bears. I also had a bunch of I still have a ton of Halloween fabric, guys. So I had cut these out before I had my mental health issue. I cut all of these out and I really wanted to make them. I know it's almost Halloween and I know no one's gonna want them. But I do have some Halloween bags available if anyone's interested. If not, I'll hold them until next year and throw them out there again. So I have my regular ones. So this is one that I never made. Nobody ever reached out about it. So this one is like the witches and the ghosts and the spiders and the bats and the pumpkins and all that. And it says boo on it. It says boo all over it. So I've got that, and it's got a really cool orange inside. The orange is like really bright. So fun orange inside. So that's the basic bag, which is 40. And then I have the see-through bag, which is 45. And this is the vinyl, then the witch fabric on it, and then the orange as the accent color. So this and this. Isn't that cool? I think that looks good. Okay. So I have a couple of those, and I have a couple of these. One of them does not have my tag on it because guess what? I forgot my tag. So I'm really good at that, guys. All right. And then I also have the dogs in Halloween costumes, which I love these ones. Like somebody reached out. Somebody was the one who told me to buy this. They reached out to me and they were like, "Can you get this fabric?" And they sent me a picture of it. And I was like, maybe. And I looked it up and I had it near me. So I went and got it. And it is really, really cute. So it's got all the puppy dogs in their Halloween costumes. And that's got the purple inside. Which this is the same purple that was used for my Drills and Chills bag. which by the way, I do have some drills and chills bags left. So, I didn't think I did, but I have a couple of them. So I have this, the basic bag, and then the see-through bag. So, and it's got the doggies, and then the purple accent color. Okay, so I've got those. And then if you didn't know about the drills and chills bags, I actually have two that are still available. They still glow in the dark. So those are still available if anyone's interested in those. Those are $60 because of the glow in the dark vinyl, and the glow in the dark thread made it a lot more expensive to me. I'm hoping in future, if I do more like seamed bags for events and stuff, that I can keep it around 50. I think that's a pretty good spot for like a custom bag, but not without being too expensive. But it'll probably be around 50 to 60, depending on what because I mean, I drew and digitized this entire thing and then had to make so it there's a lot of work that goes into it. So, and then I do have an oopsie. Have an oopsie bag. This oopsie bag is 40. The only oopsie is like it did something weird right here, and you probably wouldn't even notice it. But I try to be as honest as possible with everyone to be like, it's an oopsie bag. It's not a huge deal. It should work just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just an oopsie. Okay. Or my machine decided to make an oopsie. I'm also, I think some of these are already spoken for. However, I do think I may be making some of these mini ones for the holidays, and they would be great stocking stuffers. Like little take-along bags that you can like clip onto your belt, you can clip onto your purse, you can clip onto, I don't know, whatever you're going to clip it onto. You can clip this onto anything because it's got a little dangly thing. And then you can put some cash, you can put credit cards, you can put I've also heard people put their diamond painting like little odds and ends, like their wax or their putty or their tips or whatever it might be. This is a good option for that too. So I'm thinking of making some of these for the holidays, and they'd be great stocking stuffers. And these are 12. These are $12. So plus shipping and handling, all of that jazz, guys. If you're interested. If not, no problem. I just figure this is the easiest way for me to show everyone what I'm doing and what I have. Because most people don't follow me. So, most people don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. And I'm really bad at updating those things. So, anyway, do we have any questions about any of the bags? I'll wait a second. You let me know if you have any questions about prices or what you can have done, what you don't, all that kind of stuff. So I'll give you a second. Let me know. And I'll just start putting stuff away. I have to organize myself or I'll be even more lost. Okay. basic bag. Basic. Put those in my ready to go. I do also need to take photos of all of these bags so that I can put them up. Thanks, Lee. You're probably like, can you stop talking now? You talk too much. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking, should I make more clear bags, or um, or should I make like a version of like a sealed version, or do you guys want to see how one of these was made? Either way, that's fine. I definitely want to do, maybe we'll do a see-through one so you guys can see how it's made. And then if we want to go further, we can go further. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. I just made up your guys' mind for you. Okay. So let me grab the fabrics I need. These to the side. Thanks, Lee. You're always there to like, yeah, keep going, do that. Okay. I'll follow Lee's oh boy. Y'all words. I'll just listen to Lee. We'll do it that way. Okay. So here I have that fabric, that fabric. So this actually will be trimmed down, but I kept it whole so that I can put my interfacing on it easier, so I don't have to cut it and then cut double interface. Yeah. Anyway, they're like, okay. Sometimes I think I explain too much, and you guys are just like, okay, you're done. So I'm just cutting this out. I need 12 inches. Also, right before I had my freak out, or my after the whole last month has happened, I had purchased some more of my interfacing. This is my interfacing, what I use to line my bag fabric. And I noticed when I had purchased some a while ago, the last ones that I had purchased came in, and I'm wondering now if they had given me the wrong kind, because this one, you can see, has almost like these dimples on it. They almost look like goosebumps. You see that? The old one, you could barely see anything. And it was harder to adhere to my fabric, which makes me wonder if either they had a crappy batch of it, or I don't know. I'm like, I wonder if it was a bad batch or if it was, I don't know. I'm not sure. So, anywho, now we have this, and it seems to adhere better than the last one did, and I'm hoping it will continue to do well. So, now all I have to do is take these over to my heat press and press on the um, the interfacing. So I will do that, and I will be right back. Okay. You'll be able to see me. I'm gonna be right there. Okay. Should be heated up. I hope. just going to lay these down. Wow, why is this so not wide? This is 12. That one's fine. What happened to these ones? Hold on, guys. This does not look 12 to me. Nope. Where is my 12? I don't think those ones were cut right. Way to go, me. Nice job, me. Okay. So we're gonna go. And if I ever make a mistake with how I cut something, I just use it for smaller things. Smaller bags, smaller whatever. Okay. I only have to do one of these, I'm pretty sure. No. Okay. When I put the top on this, and then I heat press it for 10 seconds. So I don't actually need that. So remember, we're doing it. See, it applies so much nicer, and you don't have to do all these extra weird steps. Okay, so we are only I think Shay might be behind. Because now I'm like, wait, what? What's good in white? I'm so lost. Okay. So now I'm going to trim these down into 3-inch pieces. There we go. So now this is ready to go. Now remember, we're trying it new. So our original one was only one of these was coated in an interfacing, and only one of these was coated, and this is 12 gauge. Today we're going to do one. Oh, I'm going to have to trim another one. One is coated, and the rest will not be coated, and we'll do 16 gauge vinyl. So let me go grab. I didn't trim it right. No, I just got to trim another piece. That's okay. I don't mind. And then I'll go heat press this so it's nice and flat. All right, so that's done. Now, I'm going to heat press this one because those are heat pressed. Because this has some wrinkles in it. If I can get as many wrinkles out of it as I can, the better. Right, there we go. Ooh, that sucker gets hot. Okay. So I have one not lined, one lined, one lined, one not lined. So we're going to do that, and we're going to have a 16 gauge piece of vinyl. And here is my 16 gauge piece of vinyl. I've already cut this out. I also am trying to come to terms with the fact that vinyl will never be perfect. It will always have imperfections in it. No matter how I purchase it, no matter how I take care of it, there will always be like little indents and imperfections. And if I try and go through and quality check all the vinyl, I'd probably be left with maybe 1 or 2 pieces. And I just need to come to the realization that people are just gonna have to, because it's gonna get banged up anyway. It's vinyl. It's not fabric where you can like smooth it out and make it nice again, right? So I'm trying to come to terms with that too. So, and just make the bag. All right. So first, I need my hoop. This is my it says 7.9 by 11.8, but I think they call it a 7 by 9 hoop, which is the largest hoop that my particular machine can handle. I would love a larger hoop, but that would be for a bigger machine. I would need a much bigger machine for that. Okay. So, I've got my pieces that I want to use. That. And we're going to put that to the side. And now I have to put my stabilizer on it. Here's the stabilizer. So for this bag, I need to use tearaway stabilizer, which is exactly what it does. It tears away. So I'm going to take this and pop this in. Okay. And then I gotta tighten her up. Okay. Sometimes it works exactly the way I want it, and other times it doesn't. Hello, Paul. How are you? Trying to find where I'm supposed to tighten it. Hi, Ditsy. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I have this all hooped up. I think I get a little overzealous about trying to tighten it as tight as I can and practically break my fingers. Okay. Now, where is my black marker? Okay. I use this black marker to mark the bottom of my hoop. So I know that this is the side that needs to be out towards me at all times. Or it would be backwards. So, oh yeah, I forgot. I have a different camera, guys. I was setting it up so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's see if it's still logged in. It may not be. No, it's not. Hold on. My phone went asleep on me. There we go. Right, it should work in a second. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So, I have my mark down at the bottom. Mark. You might not be able. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. So let me load up my design. New design. That design set. And I think I'm going to make it all black thread. One, you guys can see it. And two, I'm going to be using the black for the okay, It's all set. Okay, now I'm going to have it do the placement stitch. So I'm going to go, guys. Try my best. Let me know if you like this angle or not. It may be a little loud and I can always turn it down. Whoop. Up. It was going so fast that the thread broke. This does this to me quite a bit lately, which is kind of annoying. Okay. Well, because my phone is supposed to be picking up something, but I don't think it. Maybe it's trying to drown out the really loud noise. I don't know. Okay. Well, I mean, as long as you guys can hear me, sorry. I don't really know a whole bunch about how this thing works. As long as you can see it working and you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So now I'm gonna take this out and I'll lower my camera to my computer so you can watch what I do from there. So let's see. All right. So you can see what I'm doing. As long as you just guys keep me informed so I can read if you can't see something or something's not easily visible, just let me know. I'll try my best. I'm not guaranteeing that I be able to fix it. Okay. Now I need my tape. Oh, I have some tape over here. Let's use tape and not waste it. Okay, now my first job for this is going to be to add my zipper. Okay. So what's funny is every time I go live, my husband will come home because my husband works every Saturday. He comes home and he goes, "You did really good on your live." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you did really good." And I was like, "You were watching?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to tell you that I'm watching you." So, okay, now, okay, let's switch you over. I gotta get better at the switching thing. There we go. So now it's going to stitch the zipper down to the stabilizer. Yes, and don't get your fingers stuck in your machine. Knock on wood, I haven't yet, thank the Lord. So now I want to add my vinyl. And since it needs to line up right against my zipper, I need it to be as straight as possible. So what I usually do is I cut my vinyl to what I need it, but then when I go to do this, I try to line it up the best I can, and then I trim off 1/4 of an inch. So I line it up on my mat. And then I trim off 1/4 of an inch just so that I know that side is as straight as I can get it. Then I take that edge and I butt it right up to my zipper teeth. These are called zipper teeth, if you didn't know. Okay. Then I take some tape and I just tape it to secure it so that when it's going around, it's not going to shift. Normally, I would try to avoid doing as many extra steps as possible, but since you want it to look nice, you do your best. Okay, Leslie, you're back. Thanks for coming back. Okay, so now I have it. If you can see the shininess, see how it's all butted up, right? I'm horrible at this angle stuff, guys. It's butted right up next to the zipper teeth. And I'm going to stitch her down. Now, if I were in production mode right now, I'd be having 2 machines going at once. Sorry. I'd be having two I'd be having 2 hoops going at once. So I'd put one in and I'd be working on the other one on my table and then I'd switch them out. Okay. So that's stitched down. Now I just need to trim it. I'll switch you back to my webcam. And bring it over here, take my tape off. And this tape I'll use for my fabric that I'm going to put down in a second. Come on. Don't want to tear any threads. So Leslie, did you ever decide on a new machine or are you holding off for a little while? I know you were mentioning that you wanted to get a machine, but you weren't sure what you wanted to get because you didn't like the one you currently had. So I'm just trimming around the edge. I just leave a little bit of a border, probably about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. Probably don't need 1/4 of an inch, probably 1/8. Somewhere in that area. That was a little close. Okay, so I have that done. Now I need to put my bottom fabrics. So what I tend to do is I like to flip this. You guys are probably like, man, she really goes a little too nutso. Okay, I flip it over and I like to add 1/4 of an inch so I know that I'm placing all my fabrics in about the same place. So 1/4 of an inch so that hopefully I don't have to do any trimming. So I'm just run a line color at the 1/4 of an inch. If you see that little red line, not sure if you can or not. So this is the inside of my bag, right? So I am going to put the non-lined one on the inside of the bag. You want the lined one on the outside of the bag. Then I just take that tape that I had earlier, and I'm just going to tape it down. Okay. Flip it over, and now I'm going to do the front part. So the lined one is now going on the outside of the bag. I don't have any more tape. Oh, I might have a little piece over here. Don't know if it'll be big enough. There. And this corner. And this corner. Okay. So now that can go back on the machine and stitch that one. Okay, so it's going to just stitch across. Is that a good angle for you guys with my machine? Or do I need to like rearrange it somehow? Okay, so that's stitched down. Gonna take it back out. And then remove the tape. Now, I haven't tried this yet, but there may be a slight possibility of being able to stitch on this teeny tiny front panel. It would have to be really small. It'd have to be pretty dang small, but up a smidge. Like up in the air a smidge, or let me see. Like up in the air a smidge, like this. Like that? Maybe? I don't know. You'll have to let me know. So there's a possibility of maybe writing a name on here or something. I don't know. Haven't tried that yet. So, and I'm not going to try that now because it's I would have to program that into my software to stitch it, and I would have to do that. And that takes a little bit of time to save and all that jazz. But I mean, that's possibly a possibility. Is that how you can say that? Okay, now I'm just folding this back over. And usually I take like a heat press to really hold that down, but I'm not going to do that right this second because my little mini heat press isn't turned on at the moment. So we're just going to go with this. I'm just using my nail to try and like grease it a little. And there. And then for added security, I'll just add some down at the bottom so it holds it tight. Okay, now I will take it back over to my machine and it will do like a little U shape. So hold it in place. Sometimes I pinch it so that it doesn't go anywhere. I don't know. Get worried that that's fine. Okay, so that's stitched down. Now we just have to work on the outer. So I pull this back out. And now it's time to add tag. Lee, remember, you're in charge of tags. You have to yell at me. Tag, Sarah, tag. It's not ready to be used. Okay. So what's nice about this bag, I don't have to measure where the tag's going to go. I just put it right here. I just put it right here above that fabric. So it has a nice little lip. And I'm just going to tuck it in right there. And that's where it's going to stay. And I just press that down. And I hold it down with a piece of tape. My tag's done. Now I need to make sure I need to open my bag, or when I go to flip it inside out, I will no longer have a bag. I'll have a completely sealed piece of fabric with a decorative zipper. Okay, so got that. Now I have to put my front piece of fabric. So this is my lined fabric, because this I believe ends up on the outside. So we need to put the lined piece of fabric down like this. Make sure all the stuff is covered. Now this I do not put tape on, because it's easier for me to just hold and maneuver. So it's been opened, my tag's been put on, and now I can start it. Oh, see, my thread came out. Thread came out of the head of the needle. Okay. Start it. I feel like you guys should be able to see this better if it goes lower. And then like this. Maybe? We'll see. I feel like the other one's a little too high. You can't actually see it stitch. So here, it's going to start stitching. And what I just do is I watch it. Kind of hold it down, let it. Oh. That's going to go around 4 times. Okay, it's almost done. And then we got to put on the back, and then guess what? It's done. That looks better, guys, huh? Okay. Now, I just need to put the back on. So I'm actually going to remove this tape that was back here, so that I have less tape to remove when I'm all done. Okay. So back here, I have all this tape. flowers, but it's not really very useful. Okay, so I have this ready, and I like to go through and try and trim some of these threads so that they're not poking out when I'm done with the finished bag. It's a lot of threads. Why there's so many threads, I don't. Oh, I remember some of this broke when the thread snapped earlier. Okay, so good enough. I'm trimming this too. Okay, whoa! I was like, did I knock something off? Okay. So that's done. Now we're gonna put this backing on. Thanks, Shay. Well, I felt bad that people were like, oh yeah, I can kind of see it stitching from 400 miles away. I'm like, sorry, guys. So I tried to make it a little better. Ah, well, hopefully you will. One of these days, my dream is to have a fancier machine. That's my dream. Which, if you guys knew me in real life, I don't usually dream or look forward to anything. Like, I don't plan, I don't make goals, I don't do any of that because I'm always afraid of the letdown. Like, what if it doesn't happen? And so before I had like my panic attack for that month, I I had made a goal to have a certain amount in my business account by the end of the year. And I was like, yes, I can make that happen. I know I can do it. I can do it. So for once in my life, I made a goal and I was like, yes. And then crap hit the fan. And I don't think it's going to happen this year. So I was like, really, I'm like super disappointed because, like, that's why I never make goals, guys, because I always get let down. So, let me put this back on because I just put the back on, and now let's sew that on. Yeah, I never dream. I never dream. Okay, so that's all stitched on. Now the bag is done. Isn't this like a huge difference than that other bag? Like this one, this bag is done. So I just have to peel off. What you do when you're asleep? Is that what you mean? Oh, I also had some really like not fun dreams when I was on that stuff too. So I'm like, mm-mm. Thank you. I would rather not dream while I'm asleep than to have disturbing crap dreams that I'm like, oh my god, that was awful. Okay, now I can undo it. Can you guys see what I'm doing? We're awake. Yeah, I don't dream. I just do what I know has to get done, and that end. Okay, so that. And then usually I would re-hoop this with another stabilizer, but since we're gonna just focus on this bag for right this second, I can always make more, but I just figure we'll do this all the way through for one bag so you can see how this clear one's made. I'm just hoping it's gonna help with the turning process, having a little less. So I got smart too. I used my rotary cutter to trim this off. So I used to do it by hand, and I was like, man, this takes a really long time. So see, guys, I'm trying to get more efficient. I do have to replace my rotary blade. It's pretty dang dull. And when you have a dull blade, it's way worse than a sharp one because it's kind of dangerous. Oh, I forgot to pull my tearaway off. Well, let's get that done. I usually do my tearaway first. And I forgot. So I'm just pulling. As you can see, the tearaway is easy to remove. It's probably not going to be so easy to remove on the shorter sides that I've already trimmed, but it's pretty easy to remove. Sorry, I'm out of focus. See? It would have been easier had I done this before. Ow, that was sharp. That is a Fiskars. What? Get a Fisker? A pizza cutter. The pizza cutter ain't gonna cut it. This is a Fiskars. It's an old Fiskars. I've had this thing since I was a kid. Um, I actually owned this when I was, I don't know, a teenager. I used to make like duct tape wallets and things. So I would I would lay the duct tape, like I would adhere the duct tape to my board, and then I'd cut the pieces I needed and I'd pull them off and I'd make my duct tape wallets. I just need to make sure that I change. But see, I keep not wanting to change this out because I'm like, oh, it's already a dull, crappy blade. So me going through the zipper, that's okay for this blade. I don't want to ruin a brand new blade. So technically, I should get another one of these so I can have a nice blade for my nice stuff like fabric cutting and things like that. And then this can be my crap blade. Like whenever the nice blade gets dull, I can put it in here and it'll be a crap blade. What just yesterday? What do you mean, what just yesterday? I'm like, what? Yeah, I got my crappy blade that can cut through my, because you're not technically supposed to cut through um like zippers and stuff with this, but I do because I don't know. I just do because it's quicker and it's easier and I don't have to do all the other work for it. So now I will have to trim out like these corners and stuff. So on the back, I also need to do my angle cuts. Angle, angle. Oh, and you guys, you know what else stunk? Is our anniversary. My husband and I's anniversary, our 12-year wedding anniversary, was during the whole I feel like crap and the kids were sick and all that stuff, so we didn't do anything fun. Well, wait. We went to a gambling casino in Wyoming. It was very small. It wasn't that impressive. But, like, guys, my husband and I really need to get away. We need to actually have a vacation. We have never been on vacation before. We didn't even have honeymoon. Like, we do nothing together. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Do you have a I do have a serger. I sure do. When you were yesterday. Yeah, I'm not a teenager, guys. I wish. But thank you, Leslie. That made me feel very good about myself. I don't know. Does anyone want to play? Let's guess how old Sarah is. Let's play How Old is Sarah? Ooh, guys, I cut that a little short. Oh well. I can make it work. We got this. I cut the wrong side. It's okay. I don't know if I would own up to my age, so maybe not. Maybe we won't play that game. 28. Wow, thanks, Ditzy. Thanks, Paul. Wow, you guys make me feel good. See, I should have left this longer, but I have actually screwed up that before and I still was able to fix it. So next time. It's been a while since I've been creating my bags. I was not doing it for a while. So. you're like I was just being nice. I actually know how old you are. you're like let's hope it was legal when you got married. Yes. No, I'm older than 30. I am. Well, that turned a little bit easier than the other one did. Sorry. I'm trying to push out. See how it can kind of be hard to get these corners out? It's like, no, I don't want to go that way. And I'm like, well, sorry, you have to go that way. Okay, so that is when it's turned inside out once. And now I got to remove this. And this is our tearaway, so I have to remove that tearaway. Oh, thanks, guys. Okay. Does anyone want to give any more? I don't know. Should I be telling my age online? Um, does anyone want to take any more stabs at it? Come on, guys. His daddy signed for him to get. Oh, see, my husband's older than me. He's 8 years older than me. So he had to try to not be killed by my father. No, but they like my parents like my husband. I picked a good one. Well, kind of picked me in a way. I never dated. No one ever wanted to date me. So, um, never did any of that stuff. No prom, no nothing. No one was interested. And I had been told multiple times by people that I was undateable. I was like, saying? What kind of remark is that? So when my husband was interested, I was like, "Whoa, I found someone interested in me?" I'm getting there, guys. This is like the most tedious part. It's just getting the tearaway out of there. Now, there's probably going to be little pieces of tearaway here and there because it's tearaway. When you pull it away, it's kind of fibrous. So, in case you forgot. Thanks, Leslie. Okay. Shall I give the final answer of my age? Any final guesses? Final guesses. I take this is probably a very dangerous thing to do is to take a seam ripper, but this is what I do. Take a seam ripper to try and help me. All right, and then I just pull it away. When it gets a good tear to it, you're like, yeah, let's work. Right, final guesses, friends. And then I will tell you. And I very much appreciate the very young ones, the very young comments. Because most days I feel like I'm about 80. So, if I can look younger than that, way to go, me. Okay, so that's done. Now, I've got to glue it shut. Let me go turn on my heat, my little mini iron. It's fine. This still needs to be attached. I think I can move it. Oh my gosh. Just don't drop the iPad, Sarah. Sorry, guys. Wanted to bring you over so you can see me finish up the bag. Okay, drum roll. I am 36. So Lee was the closest. Good job, Lee. Do I look 36? I mean, obviously, I don't look as much like 36 as you guys thought I looked like younger. Okay, so see how I didn't leave? Usually I would leave about like, I would leave like an inch extra fabric, but I was talking and I cut the wrong side. So, now I just gotta fix it. And that's okay. It's not gonna take that long. And it's still usable. It's not like I broke it. Thanks, Lee. I think when I was younger, I looked like I was older, and then when I'm older, I don't know. I feel like I look the same. Like I haven't changed in my look. Like probably if I showed you pictures from high school, you'd be like, you look the same. Yeah, we're flip flop there, Lee. So when you're 64, oh nope, it's only gonna work that way. Never mind. My dad does the same thing. He'll be like, I'm 7. And I'm like, good. Sometimes you are 7. Or I remember I used to do that a lot when my dad, when I was younger, and he'd be like quizzing me on multiplication and stuff. And I'd get him like 2 numbers would be like 56. And I'm like, that's how old you are. I always thought it was fun that when I was doing schoolwork, I could connect it um to my dad's age or my mom's age or my grandparents' age. You do. Okay, now I'm just gluing it shut with my Fabri-Tac glue. You could do this with a sewing machine, but like I said, getting all those things out, like Ditzy asked earlier if I had a serger, and yes, I do have a serger, but I don't have it out because I don't have enough space in my craft area to like have all my things out. Um, I wish I had the space to keep my things out because then I would use them more often. You know what I mean? Like out of sight, out of mind. Like that's kind of how it works. You guys all know where I live. I'm in Colorado. I'm just pressing this to make sure it's good and solid for when I'm gluing it. So what are you guys doing on a Saturday? Oh, so Shay mentioned in what was I think it was your whip and chat? Was it whip and chat? Guys, I don't remember half the things I watch. Okay, I think it was her whip and chat. And she mentioned Texas Roadhouse and the rolls and the I guess it's cinnamon butt. Guys, I haven't been to Texas Roadhouse in like I couldn't even tell you. Probably I was pretty young. We have one in the next town over, but I haven't been to one in years. But it sounded so flipping good. I was like, oh my god. So yes, yesterday I look up their menu, right? So I'm like looking it up and I'm drooling. I'm sorry, Shay, but I do like fried pickles. Sorry. Also the other thing that looked good was the blooming onion thing. Oh my, so good. See, you can even hear my mouth is watering. But anyway, I looked up all these things and I'm like, I would have some of that and some of that and some of that. Oh, um, but I looked it up and then I told my husband, I was like, oh, maybe we can have that tomorrow night, which is tonight. And then I started doing our budget. Because, payday, and then you budget everything to make sure everything will fit. And I'm like, I don't know if we can make it happen, honey. But it sure did look good. I shouldn't have looked at the menu before I did the budget. That's the problem. But Shay, it's all your fault. You made me hungry. And I was like, I'm going to look it up since I haven't looked it up in years. We are not big eating out people. Okay. So, I glued it shut and then I held it shut with like these Wonder Clips. They're not the actual Wonder Clips, they're knockoff Wonder Clips. And I have noticed that they have some of them have started to get weak and some of them have broken. Like I'll be clipping them on and they'll go ting and then they like separate into a million pieces and I'm like, "Oh, nice." Okay. So that bag is done. I just have to wait for it to dry and then I can flip it inside out. So, I actually think I will like the black zipper on it better. We'll see. Let's let that dry for a minute. I usually set a timer, but my phone's there. Well, I'll see what time it is. Time is it right now? It is 12:20. So 12:25. Then I can flip it. See, we don't have an Outback Steakhouse anymore. That shut down. Yeah. I like fried pickles too. We have a Nordy's, but they don't have they don't have um we have a Nordy's, we have a Longhorn Steakhouse. Uh what else do we have? But see, Longhorn Steakhouse is very expensive. Very expensive. Yeah, I love this fabric too. Can you see the gold in it? Can you see the gold? See the gold right there? Look, there we go. It's so pretty. I love the gold on it. And I thought it was just kind of perfect for winter, like Christmas winter time, because greenery, red berries, and snow. I mean, some of you guys don't get snow. So that may not be as fun, but you're like, that doesn't fit in with my state. So I got 3 more minutes. I usually wait about 5 minutes to flip it inside out because then I'm still not fiddling with it afterwards. So it'll still be okay. That. And then we can compare the white with the black, and then we can also compare the weight, like the thickness between the thinner one, the thickest one, and then this one will be like an in-between. I'm hoping it'll be more like an in-between. Okay. So we've got 2 more minutes. Okay. So, do you guys want me to go over or do any other bags? I have the time. So, I just figure I ask you so that you guys feel like you're participating and it's not just like, no. Unless, yeah. Well, we get snow here. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, because the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, they always say, oh yeah, Colorado's gonna get really hit. And I'm like, show me. Like, I really want to get hit with a good storm. One where my husband doesn't have to go to work. Like, if we could all just be piled in the house, warm and toasty, and having hot chocolate, watching movies, I'd be on board 100%. And since I homeschool, guess what? There'd be no school that day. Or I could do school, and then they'd be one step ahead of the rest of the kids in our area. But I've been homeschooling for my children for this will be the 3rd year, and there is nothing more amazing than being able to actually walk your kids step by step with how to read. Like, that will never get, like, I mean, yes, it can be frustrating because you're like, you don't remember that sound? Like, you're like, we've gone over that about 400 billion times and you still don't get it. But it's been really, it's amazing to see how good they're getting. Like, just to be like, wow, I did that. Like, I did that. I didn't send them off to some stranger to figure out how to read. But they get it. Like, I don't know. I like to see that my hard work is paying off. Even though some days it's like, I don't know if it's going anywhere or if it's doing anything, and then when you actually see them read like a full-on book and you're like, that's cool. Like, that's cool. Okay, are we done? 12:25. We can take it off. Okay. Well, then all I do. Oh yeah, because you're in Texas, right? Didn't you say you were in Texas? She's in Texas too. I think you said Texas. Yes, Texas. There's a lot of people in the diamond painting community that's in Texas. You're not in the diamond painting community, but like I'm saying from the people I've watched in the diamond painting community, there's a lot in Texas. I'm like, there's no one in Colorado. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm gonna flip it again. So I grab the corners. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you guys aren't really snow people, and bad things can happen. See, I was born and raised here, so I love snow. Like, when people come here to visit and they're like wearing like full on like thick parkas and jackets and snow pants and all that stuff, and it's like, I don't know, 50 degrees, I kind of chuckle because I'm like, okay, like, what do you need all that for? Versus me, like, in the dead of winter, like, okay, so around here, We usually get like a surprise snow in October, usually around October or something. We'll get like a snow at the end of October, like Halloween. So, unfortunately, Halloween can be a little cold. So, um, but we can get some snow in October. And then it kind of like fizzles out. So like you'll get it here and there. And then our snowiest time of year is usually March, which is really funny because for most people, they're starting to come out of the winter. And we're just like hunkered down, like, oh, it's snowing a lot, or it's really cold. We've even gotten, what was the latest? I think we've gotten snow in July before. No, June. June. We've gotten snow like May, June. Um, yeah. So it's different everywhere. But see, for me though, is one year my parents we went to Maui for Christmas because I had a family member that lived there. And we went there for Christmas. And I remember on Christmas Day being on the beach. And to me it just didn't feel like Christmas. Like because I was raised in Colorado, born and raised, like you have to it has to be cold, it has to be cozy, it has to be all those things. And I just feel like when it's a warmer climate, you don't get quite that cozy. I'm sure like for you guys it's normal to be like, "Oh, it's Christmas Day. It's wonderful. We can go out and do stuff." Sure. For me, I want to be cozy in the house, eating ham. We usually have ham on Christmas. Ham and, opening presents and having hot chocolate. And I feel like if it was in any warmer climate, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. I'd be like, it's too hot. It's not cozy enough. Okay, so I'm just over here, um, pressing my bag. Okay, guys, I think I like the black better. Let's see. I have sun coming in from this like basement window, so it's like screwing everything up. But I think I like the black better. So here's the white. Here's the black. I think I prefer the black. Like it kind of like it blends it in better. I like it better. What do you guys think? Vote. White or no, black? That's not white. And white. Which one do you guys prefer? Black? White. Zipper. I just think it doesn't distract so much from the fabric. Like kind of blends it into the fabric so that you focus more on the fabric. Now I got to feel the weight difference. Both. Well, at least one of them will sell. Okay. So, okay. This one's the 12 gauge with the lighter interfacing. 16 gauge lighter interfacing. It's sturdier. I don't know if it's this is really sturdy. Yeah, I think to me the black just looks, I mean, the reason why I did the white was because at least there was white present and I could bring it up to the top and it wouldn't look out of place like, putting like a lime green one on here. I'm not going to put lime green because it doesn't go. But I like it because it doesn't distract, like it kind of blends in with it so that you're more focused on the fabric than you are of the zipper color. I don't know. True, the white will get dirtier. depending on what you're using it for. Hold on, need my water. So here's the other question. There's the difference between the super thick, the one with all the pieces of fabric lined, only 2 of the pieces of fabric lined, and 12 gauge, and 2 of the pieces of fabric and 16 gauge. It is in between these two, but I'm trying to debate. One thing that I do like about it is that it's easier for me to flip. It's not as tedious to flip it and hurt my fingers as much. I'm just trying to debate, like, what's the best should I give for customers? Would you, if you were a customer, would you prefer it to be a little bit more flexible and malleable, or a little bit more? See how you can tell the difference between that and it still has some heft to it, but not quite as much as this one does. Because I would like to narrow it down to what I want. I'm pretty sure I'm not going with this really floppy one. This one will just be one that I sell one off. But then between these two, I don't know, and it would save a little bit of product. I don't know what to do. If anyone has any suggestions or see, and this is another thing that handmade people do all the time. We're always like, I don't know. We go through about 40 million different things and then go, I still don't like it. How else should I do it? Show the two. Okay. So between the one that we just made and this one, or this is the one that has interfacing on both the back pieces of fabric and both these liner fabrics, or both these accent fabrics. Then I have a 16 gauge piece of vinyl, so it's a thicker vinyl. And so it's got it's a little, it's malleable, but it's not like super, it's more sturdy. This one that we just made is only lined with interfacing on the back one and only one of the accents. And this is still 16 gauge vinyl. So it's a little bit more flexible. I mean, you can still, I mean, it's still gonna, okay, say you're getting ready to fill it with stuff, right? You can still, like, it still holds itself open, right? I mean, the other one would too, but oh, a toy. My kids left. I don't think this will fit. Oh, a baseball. Baseball fits. Some tape. Oh, I might be filling out too much. Oh, there we go. So that's the one that I just made. And then the first one, the sturdier one. The sturdier one. She's back. Yeah, I'm back. You think more flexible? Okay. I appreciate your feedback on that because I'm one of those flip-floppers. I'm like, I don't know. And I want people to be happy if they purchase. I mean, this one might be able to, like what you were saying, the flexibility might be a benefit, because then it can like kind of wrap around things better. You know what I mean? Instead of like, that's as far as I can go. And I would prefer to keep it down to only having to line 1 or 2 pieces of fabric instead of having to line a bunch. Does that make sense? So let's add. I also have to get more I have to get more lighters. I only have one. Well, I mean, if it's a pretty, I mean, yeah, I guess it depends on what's going into it, but I mean, it's pretty, regardless, it's still sturdy. It's just me being nitpicky on, oh, how should I line it? It's just, I don't know. So I'll finish this off. So I got get my scissors are over there. If you didn't know why I use a lighter, lighter is for my ribbon, because this is 100% polyester. So if you take a lighter to the end, it keeps it from fraying. Whoops. Sorry guys, my phone was on loud. Well, I mean, it's all gonna depend on what you're putting in there, which I get, but I also want it to appeal to the most amount of people. So I'm guessing more flexible would appeal more. I don't. Okay, so I just put my ribbon together and I put it through this hole. Oh no. I hate when it does that because then I can't see. What is going on? There we go. Okay. There's a certain way I put my ribbon into the zipper. Mm. Okay. Then I pull it tight. There we go. And I just trim my ends of my. This is like my homemade zipper pull. You can buy other zipper pulls off of like Amazon and such, but I thought ribbon looked good. Okay, and then I just heat seal it so that it doesn't fray. And there's the finished back. Can you see that very well? On my screen, it looks super dark. Let me see. I can up my brightness. So there's the finished bag, the tag, and there's the other bag. I like the black. But anyway, I still have to take pictures of all these bags. Okay. Now, you guys still, do you guys want to make more bags, or do you want to be done with the live? We can make another bag, or we don't have to. Completely up to you. I'm not sure who else was lives today, so. And I have about an hour and like 2:40. I probably have about an hour and some. So I could make another bag. We could make like a closed version of that bag. So we could make this, but this version. Like a solid version. So they're the same width. They're the same width, but it's only about, I don't know, I'd say maybe 3/4 of an inch shorter. So it's the same width, just a little shorter. Maybe we should make one of those so that we have an example to go against. Maybe we'll do that. And that we just need, we need tearaway. Let's see. This is pretty flexible. I'm like, now I'm going to start feeling all the bags like, oh, does that? Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and make a sealed version of this one, just like the one over there, and then we'll be able to compare the difference, like what you like and things like that. And we'll use a black zipper for that one too. So let's move this back over. Because I already have those pieces cut. Let me hook my phone back up. Oh no. There we go. Let me see if it'll still hook up. There. Okay, we're good. So let's go ahead and make a closed version. And I'll use my same hoop. But with the closed version, we use cutaway. So this is my cutaway stabilizer. It's not as papery as the other one. You guys good with making another bag? If not, I understand. My lives do tend to be a little long, so. I'll do the same thing I did the last time, put my little black dot on here. So I know which way's up. So let me go find my correct one. Oh, that's too small. Do I have that in here? Oh, I do. Okay. I was like, oh no, I can't find it. Okay. So we'll just do it all black again. Alright, so I've got that one ready to go. Now I can sew your game. Well, sometimes I like people to feel like that they get to participate. Like sometimes I'll pick out fabrics and I'm like, okay, you want to do this one or this one? And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like it's more fun instead of them sitting there staring at a screen going, this is boring. Okay. So I'm going to do my placement stitch. And while that's going, hey guys, I'm cutting something right now, so I'll be right there. Maybe I'll do some better organization in my craft area. Okay. These will be 9. Just trimming out my interfacing so that it'll be ready to go when I get to that point. 6, 8, 9. And this bag will be about as quick as the last one is or was. Okay. So do my zipper. I always check my zipper when I'm doing it. Like make sure it slides smoothly back and forth. I use this. That's it. Grab another piece. Right. I tend to like stretch it. Okay. Then I will go put it back on my machine and have it stitched. While that's going, I will go do this. I'm just putting my interfacing on my fabric. Press that on, and then I'll be right there. Interfaced fabric done. So now, so the zipper's on. Now, with this, then, since this is cutaway, I cut away where the zipper is. Like this. So that I don't have to try and finagle with it when when it's done. It'll be already done and completed. Ugh. I just trim this away. That. And then trim up this way. And go this way. Okay. I just trim up some of these pieces while I'm here. All right. So that's ready to go. Now, there's like this little stitch line, which is what I line up my fabric. So I take my knot lined fabric. So let me go press this real fast. It's a little clumpy. I like to make it as smooth as I can while it's getting put into the bag, so it's nicer when it's done. Okay, so see how nice and smooth it is? Thank you, heat press. Okay, so I put it face down, so nice side down, because we're gonna flip it and it needs to be the nice side inside. So we're on the back of the hoop, so I have to put the inner fabric in like that. Like, no, these pieces of tape are a little not as sticky as they were, so I'll get some new ones. So lining that up like that. And then I put another piece of tape in the middle just to add a little extra support. And then I flip it around. And then I do my other unlined one. And this will go, let's do this. This. Luckily, this fabric isn't really a directional fabric, so I can kind of put it any which way I want, which is helpful. So I can line that up. And like this. And then I put a piece in the center just to hold it steady. Then I flip it down and I move it to my machine. So once I get it hooked in here, sorry, I bumped you. I take my knitting needle, this thing, and I slide it underneath the back fabric and I pull it through. Then I slide it under the front fabric. If I slide it actually under it. Okay. Then I just take the back fabric and I kind of tug it a little to make sure it's good and flat. And then I feel underneath. Make sure there's no lumps or anything that might get sewn that shouldn't be sewn. Okay, now I can sew it. Oh, you can see it. Okay. Oh, the thread came out. See, I told you this thing is finicky. The thread came out. Put it back in. Attach it. Restart that stage or step. And I think I'm going to restitch that, just the beginning part of it, because I didn't like how it didn't grab it like immediately. So sometimes I do that. I'm not a huge fan of how it started. I'll have it started again. See how it stays a little longer before it didn't? I might stop it and I can trim it. Then I can go to the next step. So then it's ready for me. Okay. So now I just need to flip my fabric down. Now, I don't know if this is the correct way, but so if I were going to personalize this, say someone wanted a name or something on here, right now, I would only bring down this fabric and then I would take it around and to my machine and it would stitch the U to hold down the front. Then I could stitch whatever design on here. Then later I would bring my backing down to cover up that stitching, right? However, since this is not going to be a personalized bag, I'm going to go ahead and just close them both together so I can skip a step on my sewing machine. If I were personalizing it, I couldn't skip this step. But since I'm not, I'm going to go ahead and skip this step and just sew it all down. The front and the back. So I'm going to flip it over, take off this tape. And I will pull this down. I use this bone folder to try and give it a little bit more of a crease. I could use my heat press. I don't know if it's on. Let me see if it's on. Sing it for a second. And then I'll go ahead and tape it down. So then I go ahead and tape it down. I should use the tape I was using. Forgot about it. Tape that corner, tape that corner. Okay, so this is ready. So I only have to do one of that stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and take it to that point. And we're going to only stitch the U shape once because I have both of the pieces of fabric down. Oh no. Apparently this goes out further. So now I'm going to do the U shape. Yeah. So now that that's done, I can go straight to adding my front and my back pieces. So let's go. So now is when I'm going to add my front piece, and I need to add my tag. Okay, here's my tag. Oh, that one looks a little rough. I don't like that one. Oops, sorry guys. Now I'm going to add my tag. Now I would normally make a mark, but you can't really see it because it's black fabric. I don't really have something that'll show up. Ooh, maybe I do have a chalk pencil. I don't know how well this works. So I usually put mine about 1.5 inches up. You can sort of see it. So I take my tag and I put it here like that. And I take a piece of tape and tape it down. Okay. Gotta make sure I open up my zipper. Make sure it's good and open. Okay. Now I can put my front piece. And the front piece is now the one lined with the interfacing. So I line that up on here. Oh, I think oh boy, guys. You can tell that it's been a while since I have done my bags because I'm pretty sure the 2 outer fabrics needed to be lined. So this one needed to be lined. I guess this can be an oopsie bag. It's been a while, guys. A month. You can tell that I am not all there. Okay. I'm trying to debate whether I should bother. Trying to figure out whether I should bother doing it. I don't really want to waste more fabric if I don't have to. I may redo it because I don't want to ruin fabric. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Sorry, guys. Like, my pause and going, why did I mess that up? I'm gonna see if I can change my mess up. So I have that. This doesn't need to be lined. This one won't need to be lined. Sorry, guys. Intermission of me trying to fix my mistake. I may put this hoop aside and remove the stuff that doesn't need to be on it and just do it the correct way on the other one. Because you need ones that are legit, not my screw ups. So. So I have these two pieces. These two pieces, not that piece, this piece. Now I need to I don't want to waste this. So I'm going to take this out. Because if I stop this now, I can probably save all of this fabric. Probably. So that's what I want to try and do. Save all my fabric. And I will just hoop up another hoop. And you guys can watch it sew while I prep this fabric the correct way. Let me start this from the beginning. It's crazy how your brain can totally forget how to do something over just a short amount of time of not doing it. Kind of scary. Mark on. Okay, you guys get to watch this sucker rock and roll while I fix my problem. Be right there. wonder if I can just place my... See if we can place it right here on the machine. Alright, pretty good placement. Alright, that's good. Now I'm still doing this. Done, guys. Sorry, I've made this supposed to be short bag into a long, giant, drawn-out session. Now I have my pieces. We should be good. Okay. So, I'm amazed you guys are still hanging with me. Okay. So now, let's redo this. So this needs to be front and the back, which is true. But it does need to be, let me trim out the zipper section. So the zipper section. So the liners do not need to be, they don't need to be lined with the, what did I say? The interfacing. And I realized that after I started putting it, I was like, well, the outsides need to both be lined. Well, I forgot to do that. So, that's why we're redoing this. You guys still with me here? Okay. So this is fine. Line this up. Pieces are short. So we're going to line this up. Okay. So now they can go back into my machine. Okay, it came undone. Hold on. Back one's like, nope. Not at me for some reason. Thanks, Leslie. You get to see me screw up. Please tell me I'm not the only one that does this stuff. Do you do this stuff? Do you screw up when you're creating your stuff? And you go, oh man, I just screwed that up. And then you realize it and you're like, oh. Why does that keep dropping? No. Okay. Well, I need better tape or something because it keeps jacking up. Okay. Getting fresh tape because this thing does not like me. Now, are you on live for the whole world to see your screw ups? Feels like the whole world. I know not the whole world's watching me, but sure isn't fun. Okay, this time, you dumb piece of fabric. Stay where you're supposed to be. Okay, I think you're in the right place, but I don't want you to shift. Okay. Let's stitch it. Please work. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take, and of course, the thread is not in. I'm not sure why this thread keeps popping out. It shouldn't be. It should be holding it, but apparently it's not. I have to go back there with that again. I'm gonna redo that section again. Well, I can come back to what we were doing pretty much before, where I'm removing this. Removing this. Should be stitched in the back. Yep, good. Did what it was supposed to do. Let me go press these. Press. 10. This down. Pull this down. Take the back. To here. And here. Now the corners. Corner. Okay. Now we can put it back on here. Now we're at the spot where we had to stop earlier. So we are back to where we were. Okay, so now I'm going to put my label on. Where did I put? Here we go. So about 1.5 inches up. Inch and a half. Okay. About 1.5 inches up. Okay. Now open my zipper. And with my lined piece, I will put this face down. And then we can attach it. time. Okay, now that that's done, I can do the back. So pull it out. I'm going to flip it over and make sure things are cleaned up on the back, that it's not so full of threads. Looks pretty good. All right, now I can take my other piece, lie it flat, face down, then I tape the top, and I tape all my corners or edges to try and keep it as flat down as I can. Right. Now we'll take it back to the machine. Sure it. Uh-oh. It's doing something. The tape loosened or something. Of course. That tape came off. Seriously. I don't know what is with this thing. Usually tape's just fine. Right there, guys. It's just being very temperamental. Okay. Okay. Let's see if it'll work this time. All right. I can pull it out, not hoop it. Right. Pull it out, unhoop it. Ouch. Ouch. It should come apart fine. Together, put it back in my drawer. Undo all the tape. Tape's done. Now we can trim her up like we did the last bag. This. I do about 1/4 of an inch on all the sides. I do an inch on the bottom or more depending on how much I have. Missing the container. 1/4 of an inch. Okay. Right. So now here, gotta trim it with my scissors. Angle cut them. Make sure they're close enough. Good. Make sure I don't cut the wrong one. That one I need to keep. So, need to make sure and keep that one out of the way. Right, that one's out of the way. Now I can trim my corners off. Round them out, I mean. I also sometimes fold back the fabric to trim my zipper so it's not so pointy. Right, there we go. So now I have that done. So all I have to do is flip it and then glue it. So let's go ahead and so here, I'm going to take this lip, come inside here and grab a corner, pull through. The other corner, pull those through. use my turner, which is also my bone folder that I use for paper crafting. Right. So that's turned. And I reach in here and I remove my tape from my tag, because if you heat it, sometimes the adhesive from the tape will attach to the tag, and then your tag has got like gunk all over it. So, right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to clip it shut like this, like that. I'm going to heat it just to make sure it's got a good press to it and it stays crisp. I'm also pressing the edges of my bag. I like to give them a good crisp press, because then it just looks nice and neat. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue it shut with my Fabri-Tac glue. Put it back and forth. Close it up. And then use my Wonder Clips to seal it. Kind of serves as like a pressure to make sure that it has a good bond. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just doing the other half. So I do them kind of like in halves. So one half and then the other half. So that's going to hold, and I'll wait for about 5 minutes on that. And I can take my phone out of here now. Setting a timer for 5 minutes. No, not an hour, 5 minutes. Okay. Figured I might as well show you guys this. So, this, if anyone's still here, I don't know. So while I'm waiting for the timer, this is the thing you guys are on when you're watching my embroidery machine. I purchased this a while back. Who? Cameron's Cute Creations? Maybe? I can't remember exactly who I saw this, but I love it. It's telescoping, right? So up here, this is for your phone. So it opens and shuts, so you can put your phone in there. Now it's not gonna have like a. It's only good for a phone, not for a tablet or anything like that. Then it telescopes out pretty far. That's about as far as it can go, right? It's pretty tall, right? So then you can also bring it back down. It gets really small. Oh, and then it snaps shut down here. You pull it down further, pull this all the way down, and it closes, and you snap this shut. And it closes inside of itself. This thing's amazing. I got it from Amazon. So it also has, so say if you had your phone hooked up to it and it's away from you and you want to take a picture, it also has this little Bluetooth guy, this little Bluetooth remote, right? This little guy, you have to charge it up and it can connect wirelessly or Bluetooth to your phone. So it's to take a picture or to pause or whatever. So you can have it far away, and if you're taking a big family photo or something, you can just press the button and it takes a picture, which I love that option. So you snap that back in. And to open it, you press this button down here. It says push, and you push, and then all the legs detach from here, so that when you start pulling this up, the legs start to come out. Or they're not coming out. What is going on? Oh, you pull this. So you push this button and you pull this down. And press it all the way. Pull it down. And then you can pull it out as long or as short as you need. Or you can also have it out like this and have it, where you're filming yourself and you don't need to. I don't know, what are those things called? The selfie stick? I don't know. I don't use it this way. So you can have it like that. So I just figured I'd mention that because, and also the other thing is you can also turn this, the orientation you need it to go up and down, sideways, and then this also moves. So it can go down and it can go, that's as far as it can go that way, but it can go all the way down like this, bring it back up, rotate it, and then you push it back inside of, and then it all stores away, so nothing like breaks or snaps or anything. So you have it ready to go for the next time, and it's only like, I don't know, a little over 12 inches long. I think that's nifty. So, nifty. My old. Okay. Let's see, how much longer? Oh, we only have like 50 some seconds. Okay, good. Guess I can cut one of these while I'm waiting. Anyone still with me? I think after we finish this bag, we will call it good. So you guys can get on with your day and don't feel like you have to be hanging out. That's ready to go. That's almost done. I can put my lid back on this. All right, alarm is done. Okay, so then I'll just flip it inside out. These are all my little notes of how many can I get out of something and all that stuff. Okay. Oh, guys, this is pretty. I like this as a regular bag. This is a pretty one. And let me go press it. Guys, look how pretty this is. Okay. Okay, so here's the finished bag. Oh, let me put the tab on. Or not the tab, the little zipper pull. So you can get the actual look of it. Come on, man. This did not heat seal. I must not have done it long enough. Ooh, question. Have any of you seen the new Beetlejuice? I want to, but I'm like, I'm not renting it for $20. I saw the new Twisters movie because that was on sale for renting one night. I think we watched it on anniversary just because we wanted to watch something that we hadn't watched yet. So, it was okay. Prefer the original. That's what I think I'm gonna feel like with Beetlejuice. I'm gonna be like, it was okay. I prefer the original. Hey, Paul and Ditzy, if you're still here, are you gonna be doing a movie night with Beetlejuice? I mean, the month's almost over, so you might not be doing one. Yeah, yeah. I was like, ooh, they have it on Amazon Prime because that's all we subscribe to. We don't have the reason why we subscribe to Amazon Prime is because of my business, just so that I can get like free shipping and things like that because I use it fairly frequently, and then it comes in handy for Christmas, um, gifts and things like that. But when I was like, ooh, Beetlejuice, they have it on there. We should totally get it. And then I go in there and it was like $20 just to rent it, just to see it one time. I was like, nope. We used to subscribe to more things, but just once in a while we'll subscribe to something for like a month just so that we have a little bit of variety, something else to look at, but eh, we survive. I watch YouTube, that kind of stuff. I don't really watch a ton of shows. Okay, almost done. Just gotta fit and seal it. Oh, probably. They're probably like, oh, everyone's gonna want to watch this in October because it's Halloween. Well, good thinking. I mean, we can't be mad at their ability to get their money's worth. Okay, so here we go. Here is the finished bag. Ooh, it's so pretty. And then my tag, and then the inside. Oh, I love the inside. It's like pops in your face. I love it. How pretty that is, guys. I love it. Okay, so here's the basic bag. And here is the clear see-through bag. So like I said, it's slightly smaller, just slightly shorter than this bag. So you put it in front of it. So it's about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch. Let's see. I had my, oh, here it is. Here we go, I found it. And then, like with some leftovers, I have some leftovers. I can make a mini bag, guys. So I could have these, and then I could make a mini version with this bag. So I could make a mini version of this. Could make maybe, how many could I make out of that? Well, one or two, but I can make mini bags too. So that's what I try to use. I try to use as many as I can. The new one, which one? This new one or this one? What? Which one's your favorite? I just think this is a good option for people who they don't really need the see-through. I mean, most people don't need the see-through. I just like how it's like this, and then when you open it, it's like a good pop of color. I really like that. And then I like this one if you need the see-through stuff. Like a lot of people, so I mostly started doing these bags for the diamond painting community. Just because I was like, they have so many things. Like, how do they store them all? How do they keep everything together? Uh, so I mean, this would come in really handy. This would come in handy. It's the last one you made. Yeah, I really like this one. This one or this one? I don't know. I like all of them. And I'm if you guys were around for when I used to make these ones, you know how much longer it took. This took like 2 hours. I could get this one done in like, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe. So I could probably get two of these made in the same amount of time it took to make one of these. So I like both of them. Woohoo! Okay. So I will probably, um, yeah, the only place I know about that is, isn't it like, uh, you may need it for like concerts and stuff. Now, the company, so the company that I purchased these files from, they actually were using this with waterproof fabric so that it was a splash bag. But I don't have any waterproof fabric, and I mean, yeah, that would be great, but also if you look into waterproof fabric, they're a lot more expensive. So that would make the price of the bag more expensive, and I already feel bad enough as it is charging what I charge even though I know what goes into it. So, um I decided to use regular cotton fabric. So, they probably need, I know you need see-through ones for the airport, like plane. I don't know where else, like maybe concerts or something. I don't know. Concerts, schools. I didn't know that about schools. But then again, my kids don't go to school, so I don't know. Do they even have to have clear backpacks? That seems like it would be a pain in the butt. So, I mean, that would come in handy. Now, also remember, I can make these smaller too. There's also smaller sizes that come in this in my files. So I can make this a smaller size as well. So if you don't want it this big and you want a little smaller, you can get a little smaller. Let me see, what's the next size down? Let me see if I can find file. Apparently I can make a version that one size. Hold on, where did I put it? Did I put it back? I can make one this size. That's 3 by 5. Yep, I can make a 3 by 5. I can make a 5 by 6. What size is that? Rotate that. So that's like 6 inches by 4 and 15/16. So it would probably be about 5 by 4. It'd be a 5 by 4. I also can make this one would be that one would be like a 6.5 by 5. Probably about a 6.5 by 5. Or no, a 6.5 by 4.5. Open. And then the last one would be like a 5.5 by 9. 5.5 by 9. This one is, let's just check these. So this one is, wow, I had no idea. Or is that based on where you live? All right. It's really sad when you can't even have a backpack nowadays without worrying about something. So this is about 10.5 inches wide by about 6.5, a little bit more than 6.5, 6.5 inches tall. So 10.5, 6.5. And this one should be 10.5, 10.5 by 7.5, or almost 7.5. So they're roughly about an inch shorter. This is roughly an inch shorter than this one. So still a good size, just shorter. Now, that will also mean, because it's easier to make, I could make event bags that look like this that are see-through. That's a possibility because it's easier to make now. Now there won't be all the fancy fandangled stuff on it. Like I'm not gonna stitch something on the vinyl. But that does mean that I can that does mean that I could make event bags like this. Just saying. Because before there was no way I was gonna put all the time and effort and energy into making this for event bags. It's not possible. But I could possibly do that with this. So those are your two options. So right now, as of today, I believe these will be 40 and these will be 45. That may change. I don't know. I'm trying to debate, like, should this be something and this be, I don't know. But as of right now, and that could always change, just letting you know, right now I believe these are 40, these are 45. So, I think that's it. Is there anything else? And also, just to let everyone know, I'll repeat it again just because we're like, I don't know how long we've been on live. We've been on live since like 10:30, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So we've been on for about 4 hours ish. I do have Drills and Chills bags still available. If you are looking for a Drills and Chills bag, or you know anyone who is, I do have 2 of them. I have 2 ready to go. I also have an Oopsie Drills and Chills bag ready to go as well. So I do have some drills and chills bags. I know they're probably, I'm sure nobody's really interested in them right now. However, since they do have 2024 on them, it says drills and chills 2024. I will probably reduce the price. I'm not sure how much I'm reducing it by, but I know my oopsie bag is 40. I could always reduce the other ones to 42 as well. Plus shipping, because they have the date on them and they're not going to be useful for me or useful to me in the future. I can't just go sell them. Okay. So those will probably be 40 each. Just so that I can get them out of my inventory. And remember, they are glow in the dark. They have glow in the dark thread, glow in the dark vinyl. They're really super cool. I would show you how they work, but the glow in the dark never shows up for me on the computer. So those I will do for 40 just because Halloween is right around the corner and Drills and Chills is almost done. So if you are interested, let me know. Okay. Um, you can email me. Vicky Brian. Okay, Vicky. You can email. Let me see if I can. Oh, I don't think I can put my email in. Do I have anyone as a? No, I don't have anyone as a moderator. Let's see. Sarah. Let's see. And creations at Hotmail. Okay, so you can, Vicky, you can email me at Sarah Ann Creations. I put it in the description. Right now I'm using something else, so I can't see the description. So you can email me there. Email me your name, your address, and your email. And which one? Let me ask you right now. Do you want the oopsie bag or do you want one of the other ones? Just let me know, and I'll write your name down on it, and I'll put it to the side. And once you send me that email of your name, your address, and your email, I can make you a PayPal invoice and send it to you. And you just pay through there, and then I'll get it out to you. So I'll write down your name. I usually keep like a little thing here. Other. Oh, you want one of the regular ones. Okay. I'm guessing that's what you meant. One of the regulars. Where did I put my pen? It's always fun playing where did I hide that? So if anyone knows of anyone who was interested in a drills and chills bag before I had my major issue, let them know that there are 2 others available. Where did I put it? Aha, I found it. I was neater. So I'll just put your name down on one of the regulars. Okay. So I put your name on it. And then once I get your email and all that stuff, I'll send you a invoice. Okay. Put that there to the side so I know not to ship it away. Okay. And then, so I'll just go over it again. So we have drills and chills bags. I also have some Halloween bags. I know Halloween is right around the corner, but I had made them and I'm just going to let everyone know that I have some. so that if you're a huge Halloween fan, you can get one now. But I may just put these away to the side if no one's interested. So I have one of the new designs with the clear see-through window. Have that with the doggies, and then I have two of the regular with the doggies in costume. So I have those two as well. I also have two regular of the witch on the broom with the pumpkins and the spider webs and spiders and owls, or not owls, bats. I have two of those, and I have two of the see-through versions. So the see-through pocket, so you can see everything that's on the inside. So I have those as well. One of them doesn't have my tag on it because guess what? I forgot to put a tag on it. It seems about my normal to forget those things. Okay. So those are the Halloween bags that I still have available. If no one's interested in those, they'll probably be put away until next Halloween. Okay, I also have a couple of these. Remember, one of these is a little more flexible. They're not flimsy, they're flexible than the other. But these, and you can't see it, but all the flowers and stuff are kind of outlined in like a silvery white outline. So I have these as well. These are both see-through. See-throughs. And I'm going to take pictures of all of these and hopefully get them up on my Instagram and stuff like that because and you guys already saw this bag get made today, but we did change out the color of the zipper. So here's the white zipper and here's the black zipper. So I have the white and then I have a black zipper one. And then I have the regular bag that is made of the same fabric as these ones. So I've got those ones. And odds are I'll make like full bags of all of them so that you can see the difference when I take pictures. And then I have the Care Bears. Well, I have some Care Bear fabric for like drinking and having treats and all that stuff. So like it's almost like a boba tea, I think. I think I had boba tea once. So it's like a little tea with little treats in it. And then, or it could be a smoothie. So this one's a clear one. And then I also have mermaid fabric. Mermaid fabric. So there's mermaids. And I'll probably be making full bags of those too. So just wanted to let you guys know. Look at all these bags, guys. Nothing makes me happier than seeing like a ton of bags. They like, and then when they're all perfect and they line up perfectly, it's so, I don't know. It's really nice. And then, like I said earlier, I'm hoping to make a bunch of like little ones, bunch of these little ones, and do these for like for Christmas. You guys can they'd be like great like little stocking stuffers to drop into a bag. Like how fun would that be? Um and they're like great for on the go. Just clip them onto something like your jeans or your purse or your wallet or something. So I think those would be fun too. I think several of these are spoken for. So I have this one with a mint green on the inside. I have this one with a pink polka dot. And then I have this one with just a yellow inside. These I think are spoken for. At least those three are. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it, guys. My mouth is dry from talking because I talk too much. But you guys got to see two different kinds of bags being made. I'm gonna go ahead and deconstruct that one over there so I can reuse the fabric and the zipper. But that is gonna do it. I hope you guys liked the live. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them now. Oh, I grab this and I can start pulling it apart. You guys have any questions or anything that you're looking for the holiday? Oh, also, I don't know if any of you are aware. During the last month, I did deactivate all of my Etsy listings for just so that in case anyone was interested in anything that I did have listed on Etsy, that I wasn't going to be behind on orders while I was figuring out what was wrong with me. I have put some of my stuff back up on my Etsy shop, and the Etsy shop has mostly Christmas stuff right now. Like, what do I have for Christmas? Oh, my they're what are they called? My candy cane holders. My candy cane holders are pretty popular when it comes to Christmas time. Those can be personalized with a name. They are felt and they look like little reindeers. They're reindeer candy cane holders. Those are great for stocking stuffers as well. I've also had schools, well, not schools, but teachers reach out to me, and they had all of their students in the class. I did them for whole classrooms. Those are popular. I also have some ornaments, like baby onesie announcement ornaments. If you have a new baby in the family and you want like the birth information put on one, I have those. I also have treat bag holders. They have like a little see-through window. So I have Santa and I have a gingerbread man. So I have a bunch of like different like Christmassy things. So if you're interested in those at all, I have those up on my Etsy. I don't have these bags up on Etsy currently. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. But if I do end up putting things on my Etsy shop, anything on my Etsy shop, if you can find a link, like I can put it under this video, I can put it on my Facebook, all those. If you click on the link that says sarahannCreations.etsy.com, it will take you to my shop, and if you shop through that link, it lowers the amount that Etsy takes away. It doesn't cost you any more to click on the link and purchase through that. It does help the shop owner. This is with all Etsy shops. If you click on a link that they have posted and you click on that link and purchase through that link, you are helping that small shop owner pay less in fees and things like that. Just letting you know. That's with every Etsy shop, unless the Etsy shop isn't participating in it. But I would think most do, seeing as though Etsy takes 15 to 20% of every sale. That's why I haven't been using Etsy so much, because I prefer to have my own website where I know where the money is going and what's being taken out. So anyway, enough of me jabbering on. You guys are probably done. Okay, so that'll do it for my live today, guys. I hope you liked it and you had a little bit of fun. Hopefully I will be back to doing these a little bit more regular. It's not always regular because I have little kids. So whenever I get a chance, I try to hop on. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you will come back in the future. So I will talk to you all later and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend.